I want to finish that once by Friday. So Saturday we will have the medieval history. I'm not talking about the modern history. Now we are discussing about the modern history. Let us go for the medieval history on Saturday. Okay, if possible, I'll take a Sunday also. Then next week also, if I get, we can cover up at least okay some extents. If it is postponed to the other date, so it is very fine. We can refresh all the civics parts, economics parts, history parts thoroughly. Okay, no doubt at all in that regards. Okay, so this is what I want to share with you. I will send some details and link also. Today, let us discuss about the freedom struggles. Let us recap again. Why I am telling this one? This is the most important topic in history. Gandhian era, Gandhian contributions, and after 1915, what are all the contributions made by Gandhiji? Then we have to second importance before that. So post Gandhian era, pre Gandhian era. So I divide the Indian freedom struggle into two parts there. So 1915 to 1948, it is a post. What is we can tell about the Gandhian era. That means after Gandhi's. Before that, 1915 before. So let us divide the Indian freedom struggle into two parts. Then you may have doubts that before Gandhiji, who was actually the leader controlling the whole freedom movements in India, means definitely you have to remember Bala Gangadhar Tilak. Bala Gangadhar Tilak was the all-in-all leader before Gandhiji's arrivals. Okay, but he died. That we are going to discuss all these points today. There, you can see there. One minute, let me take that. These all slides generally covering almost all parts of areas. So remember one thing: before Gandhiji's arrival, you should understand that when Bala Gangadhar Tilak was the all-in-all leader of the freedom struggles in India. But Bala Gangadhar Tilak died in the year of 1920. Okay, so 1920 he died. Then Gandhiji's involvements in the active politics of India. That's what I told that once active politics of Gandhiji in Indian politics through Champaran revolt. So don't forget that is the first ones. So let us have the recaps, let us have discussions, and we will finish today this complete slides. And if possible, we can go for further informations. Here, one of the main important points which I want to discuss about Gopala Krishna Gokhale. You can see in the first slides. Can you see? Is it audible for you? Can you
Yes,
see
sir.
clear? Can you see
Yes,
clearly?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
This why I tell about this Gopala Krishna Gokhale, because Gopala Krishna Gokhale was the political guru of Gandhiji, but he died. Gopala Krishna Gokhale, he died also when Gandhiji came to India there. That already we discussed that points early there also there. So Gopala Krishna Gokhale died, the political Acharya, when he was the Indian National Congress president in the year of 1905. I was sharing this 1905 little early. That means 1905, already we discussed that once a partition of Bengal into two divisions, East Bengal and West Bengal, okay, based on the religion. So West Bengal's mainly on Hindus and East Bengal mainly on Muslims. This was divided by Lord Curzons. But though it was divided in the year of 1905, 1911, this East Bengal and West Bengal's united. That means reunited. So this point you have to remember always. That means 1905, Bengal divided into two parts based on religion. That means West Bengal's majority of the people were Hindus, East Bengal majority of the people were Muslims. Then I told that 1947 East Bengal became East Pakistan, 1971 East Pakistan became Bangladesh. So one is the common feature what we can see there. Bangladesh and India, what are the national anthem were written by same person there. You might be knowing also that once Amar Jiban. That was one of the Amar Sonar Bengla. So that is one of the national anthem practiced in otherwise sang in Bangladesh. There, that was written by um, same person, Ravindranath Tagore. Ravindranath Tagore has written national anthem for India also, Janaganamana. Janaganamana first time sang. Don't forget that one's 1911. 1911. 1911. Janaganamana first sang there. Don't forget about it. So then you have to remember, same person has written national anthem for Bangladesh also. Bangladesh old name East Pakistan or East Bengal. Don't forget Amar Shonar. What is it? Bangla. Don't forget about this one. This was written in 1906. 1906. Ravindranath Tagore has written Amar Sonar Bangla. That is the national anthem also for Bangladesh. But this was accepted officially in Bangladesh 1971 when Bangladesh came officially formed there. Okay, that point you have to remember always. So, two what is an Indian national anthem and the Bangladesh national anthem written by same person, but not the same national anthem. Our national anthem, you know well, Janagana Mana, which need to be completed within 52 seconds. There we have to finish it off. That was purely in very well about in Bengali language and all. It was written there. So don't forget about the national anthem of India, national anthem of Bangladesh. What is similarity here? Both were written by same person, Ravindranath Tagore. Then you have to know little about Amar Shonar Bangla because it was written in 1906, exactly after the division of Bengal into two parts there. Okay, but it was officially accepted as the national anthem of Bangladesh in the year of 1971. Then you may have doubts, what is the 1971? Because 1971 only Bangladesh was formed there, separating from Pakistan. But Bangladesh was under the control of Pakistan. But Bangladesh was formed newly in 1971. Okay, so with the help of Indian Army, that you don't forget, it is very very important. If the operations, if you want, I can share with you also. There are so many operations we can tell also. Operation Trident, that is what we call it as also. The Bangladesh liberations, that is very important, 1971. If you want, I'll give that points also to you, all the different types of operations. So here you have to understand 1905, what are all things happens there. It is very important. Bengal divided into two parts. Lord Curzon divided the Bengal into two parts. That is very important. Then Ravindranath Tagore has written 1906, exactly after Bengal partitions, that Bangladesh national anthem. It is very important. Along with, you have to understand one thing. But this East Bengal and West Bengals reunited, again joined together in the year of 1911. 1906, if you start talking about this one, you know very well. 1906, another speciality is there. Swaraj, otherwise self-governments. This was accepted. Dadabhai Naoroji, WC, first president of Indian National Congress was WC Banerjee. WC Banerjee was the first president of Indian National Congress, that you should understand very clearly, in the year of 1885. Dadabhai Naoroji, that is brain theory is there. He is the profounder of brain theory. That is very important. So he only has written there, Dadabhai Naoroji. So he was the president of what is there, Calcutta sections. That means the Indian National Congress session was held in Calcutta. I don't need to study this place and everything. I'll tell you some of the important point is very important. So first point you have to remember, Gopalakrishna Gokhale is very important. So Desi movement started. That means focusing more on Indian product. Okay, then Dadabhai Naoroji, Swaraj, we want self-government. This idea we borrowed very little early. It is not 1929 Lahore session. Lahore session, Purna Swaraj coming there. But Swaraj coming in the year of 1906 under Dadabhai Naoroji as the Indian National Congress president there. That time only they started giving more focus on what is there, boycotting. You see that ones, boycotting all the other things and everything. So they see national education all important. You don't need to study that point. This only remember one thing: Swadeshi movement, Swaraj. These 2 points you have to understand. Then Gopalakrishna Gokhale became Indian National Congress before Gandhi arrival. That happens in 1905. Okay, slowly we are coming that one. So whatever I'm telling only study 1905, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, political acharya of Gandhiji, became Indian National Congress. In that once, Swadeshi movement was made as a proclamations. 1906, Dadabhai Naoroji became Prime Minister. Then Rash Bihari Ghosh was the president of Indian National Congress. You have to remember only one point: 1907 Surat split. If question asks which year Surat split, 1907. Okay, then what is speciality of this one? First time Indian National Congress divided into two parts. You have to understand always. When I start talking about the 1906, I already discussed with you. All India Congress, sorry, All India Muslim League was formed there. That is very important. 1906. So 1906 Swaraj, that idea has borrowed there. Second one is that All India Muslim League was formed in the year of 1906 at Dhaka in Bangladesh. That is very important. This idea, that means Muslims also required a political party. That idea was given by Nawab of that regions, Salim Ullah Khan. Salim Ullah Khan. Just for your knowledge, only I'm sharing. 1906, if you remember, just after the partition of Bengal, division of the Bengal, new political party for Muslim, what is a group also formed in Dhaka in Bangladesh. This party proposed by Nawab. Okay, Nawab means king. Salim Ullah Khan is there to protect the interests of the Muslims there. Okay, don't forget about this. Is very very important points I'm discussing. Dhaka was their main headquarters also. Then you know that once Indian National Congress, the first president was W.C. Banerjee. Then question can ask, who was the first president of All India Muslim League? Then you have to remember Sir Aga Khan was the first president of All India Muslim League. If you feel it, you can note down also. So the first president of Indian National Congress, W.C. Banerjee. Indian National Congress was the first political party in India. That time it was not a political party. It is because of the guidance of A.O. Hume, a British officer. So he felt that there is a need of the organization for Indian people to present their problems before the British government. So that is the reason A.O. Hume advised Indian leaders to have a organizations. So that is the reason this Indian National Congress was formed there. They planned first in Pune. It is because of the spreading of plague. They postponed to, otherwise they shifted to Bombay there. So Bombay, December 25, 1885, Indian National Congress was formed there. First president W.C. Banerjee. Then next political party, All India Muslim League Party, All India Muslim League. So who gave this idea? I told Congress who gave idea? A.O. Hume. A.O. Hume gave the idea. A.O. Hume has given the idea for setting up of a Indian National Congress. Similarly, who gave an idea for All India Muslim League? You have to remember Salim Ullah Khan. Who was he? He was a king. He was a Nawab. Okay, don't forget. Nawab is a title of what is it? Bengal, East Bengal, Nawab there. So he gave this idea. Then I told about which place? Dhaka. Which year? That is also very important. 1906. That is very, very, very important. So 1885, 1906. There is a similarity because these 2 years, two major political organizations were set up in India in order to fight against British administration. So don't forget 1885 December. Don't forget, and the place was Bombay. W.C. Banerjee. Here I am telling about Sir Aga Khan was the first president of Sir Aga Khan, Aga's Palace, where Gandhiji was shot dead. 1948. We are going to discuss about that also. So Sir Aga Khan was the first president of Indian National, sorry, All India Muslim League. Don't forget that once in the year of 1906. So where it was formed, Dhaka. Then what was organization formed in Bombay? That is Indian National Congress. So Indian National Congress was formed in Bombay. All India Muslim League was formed in Dhaka. Presently, it is in Bangladesh. So don't forget 1885, 1906. Don't forget. Okay, so Swadeshi movement, that idea first times 1905, where Gopalakrishna Gokhale was the president of Indian National Congress. Swaraj, that we want our own government. This idea has come there through Calcutta sessions. You remember only Dadabhai Naoroji names. When you start remember about Dadabhai Naoroji, you remember this question been asked many times in exams. Don't forget it. Brain drain theory. Otherwise, drain brain theory. Both the same meaning, only that ones. That means people are moving away from our country to another countries. That means brain is going. That is the meaning of this brain drain. Otherwise, a drain of brain theory. That's Dadabhai Naoroji. So when he was the president of Indian National Congress in the year of 1906. So when you start remember 1906, you have to remember All India Muslim League was formed the same year. 1905 I told her, Gopalakrishna Gokhale, Swadeshi movement. Then immediately remember Bengal divided into two parts by the Lord Curzons. It is because of the religion, Hindus and Muslims. Okay, that was one of the strategy made by the British administration in order to fight against the Hindus and Muslims. They have to fight. Bengal was the largest province compared to other provinces. Bengal, Bombay, Madras. These were the major presidencies of British government. Each presidencies were controlled by governor. Okay, all these governors were under the control of Governor General, later known as the Viceroy. Okay, that you know very well also. After 1848, that means after 1848, 1858, after 1857, first revolt, first war of independence. After that, Victoria Proclamation in the year of 1858. 58, what is Governor General was designated as Viceroy. So don't forget these names. Lord Curzons divided the Bengal into two provinces. Don't forget. The same year only Gopalakrishna Gokhale. Then you have to remember Gopalakrishna Gokhale was the political acharya of Gandhiji. That point also you have to remember very well. Okay, so don't forget that one. It's very important. Then when I start about talking about 1907, and 1907 also very important because 1907 is a Surat split. We are going to discuss about Surat split, Lucknow, what is sessions, or we discuss about Surat sessions. Okay, these are all very, very important matter there that you have to understand. So 1907 Surat split means first times Indian National Congress divided into two parts there, moderate and extremists. Moderate means Gopalakrishna Gokhale and all the groups comes there. Extremist means, you know very well, Lal Pal Bal. Lal Pal Bal. That means Lala Lajpat Rai, then Bala Gangadhar Tilagar, and one more person. Who is a person? Lal Pal
Bipin
Bal.
Bipin
Chandra Pal. Super. Bipin Chandra Pal. So these people comes under extremist group there, and the moderate is actually Gopalakrishna Gokhale and other groups. Okay, it's very important. So Surat split means, remember, first times Indian National Congress divided into two groups there. This is the importance of a Surat split in the year of 1907. So don't forget that point is very, 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 very important. Don't forget. Okay. So this is what I want to do. Rash Bihari Ghosh was the president of this. So no need to study that. But in 1907 Surat split means first you have to remember Congress divided first times. Then 1910, that's not much importance. You leave that one just for reading. Okay, Allahabad sessions. Sir William Widderbonds, he was the Muhammad Ali Jinnah decreed a separate electorate system for Muslims and everything. So leave that 1910. Don't study. 1905 you have to study. 1906 you have to study. 1907 you must study. 1911 I told that once. It is very important. First times Janaganamana was recited. What is there in the Calcutta sessions? This is very important points. Okay, first times Janaganamana was recited in the Indian National Congress session. That is Calcutta session. Don't forget, in the year of 1911. Same year only there. 1911 only there. East Bengal and West Bengal reunited. Same year only there. Calcutta, or the capital shifted from Calcutta to Delhi. So 1911, don't forget this one. Then visit of officials from Britain also. These are all happening 1911. So don't forget in 1911 importance. Shifting capital from Calcutta to Delhi. That is first time. Second one is reunited. Again, East Bengal and West Bengal united together. Then Janaganamana first time sang. First time sang in the Calcutta sessions in 1911. Don't forget this one. Leave the president name. At least you must remember 1911 importance. Then 1915, what is there? A Constitution of Congress was altered. No need to study. 1915 not records. No need to study. 1916 is very important, my dear children. It is A.C. Majumdar. You must remember. A.C. Majumdar, you have to study. He was the Congress president. What is the speciality of this? Two specialities are there. Lucknow sessions, Lucknow Pact, Surat split. Don't forget. Surat split means 1907. Lucknow Pact. Pact means agreements. Agreement between two groups, Congress and Muslims, moderate and extremists. I already discussed with you 1907. Indian National Congress divided into two parts, moderate and extremists. But you remember that one thing, 1916 Lucknow Pact. It is very important that once there are two unity starters. One unity, moderate and extremists. That means they joined. What is there? The split has gone away. That means the people divided into moderate and extremist two groups. They joined to Indian National Congress. So 1907, 1960. What is the difference that you have to understand? Surat split. They divided. Congress party divided into two fractions. It's very important. Two factions. First times Indian National Congress dividing, but in 1916 they united. Okay, don't forget. Again, I told you 1905 Bengal divided into two parts. 1911 they united. Now, till that times, Muslim, what is All India Muslims Party was not at all joining with Indian National Congress. But 1916, what happened there? These two major party, Indian National Congress and All India Muslim League, they signed an agreement to work together to fight against the British government in India. So first time. So my dear children, don't forget the Lucknow Pact, Surat split. Don't forget August offer. So many things we are going to discuss today. Okay, so don't forget this one. We will go slowly. I don't want to make you hurry because these are all expected questions. Some of things I'm leaving. No need to study. I'm telling, but some of things are very important that you have to listen and understand. If you feel so, you can write also. So first time Indian National Congress split there 1907 and they united 1960. Don't forget, this is very important. And not only moderate and extremist groups joined together in 1916, the same year, same pact, same session, Indian National Congress sessions, Congress and All India Muslim League, they joined together. So what is the importance of Lucknow Pact? If question asked, you have to write Congress Party and Muslim League Party joined together to work against Britishers. So this is a most important agreement. If question asks Lucknow Pact, so remember, you keep in your mind this one, Surat split. Don't forget. Lucknow Pact, don't forget. 1911, what is importance? There are few importance. Shifting capital from Calcutta to Delhi. Janaganamana first time sang there. Which session, which place? Calcutta sessions. Don't forget this point is very important. Okay, so some of the points I'm telling. Don't forget 1907. Don't forget 1911. Don't forget 1916. Don't forget it. Okay, we have to remember at least what are the event happens. Okay, Surat split any sleep also you have to give the answer for this. Lucknow Pact I told two importance, but the most importance Indian National Congress and the Muslim League joined together to work against the British. And this is a very important question. 1970.
Disconnected.
League joined together to work against Britishers first time. Second one,
Present your CV.
moderate and extremists, both they joined together. They already left 1907 Surat split. Okay, again they joined. Second,
Sorry, did not
1911.
present your screen.
Oh, cannot see.
Did not present your screen.
Yeah, very good. Wait, tell me like this so that I will keep touch there. If a connection is lost, you call me. Call me to my number. So I will respond immediately. Otherwise, I wonder today till what time we can have the class?
6 o'clock we are having Ankur Pandey class.
Eh?
6 o'clock we are having Ankur Pandey class.
So can I take it till 5:30 or 5:15?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So listen here. Can you see the presentation now?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
See, this is very important question, my dear. Last point, 1917. This question asked many times there. Why who was the first president of Indian National Congress? If this question don't confuse Annie Besant. But question asking who was the first Indian woman president of Indian National Congress? you have to write Sarojini Naidu. Same like this, 1773 Regulating Act appointed Warren Hastings as the first Governor General of India. But additional charge. Okay, additional charge. 1833 Charter Act made William Bentinck as the permanent full charge of Governor General of India. That is the difference you have to understand. Similarly, one confused question are there. Who is the first Governor General of India? You may have doubts. Who is the first Governor General? So Warren Hastings only. Don't doubt at all. But who was the first Viceroy? Or who was the last Viceroy? Lord Canning. Who was the last Governor General? Lord Canning. Lord Canning was the last Governor General. Lord Canning was the last Viceroy. Last Viceroy. Okay, sorry. Who was the last Governor General? Lord Canning. Who was the first Viceroy? Lord Canning. Who was the last Viceroy? Mountbatten. Then who was the first Indian Governor General? Only one Governor General from India. Okay, that's happened after 1947. C. Rajagopalachari. After C. Rajagopalachari, Dr. Rajendra Prasad became President of India. So after 1947, that you have to remember, after 1947 we got freedom. Then 1948, C. Rajagopalachari became the Governor General of India till 1950. 1951 general elections. 1952 general election completed, and the government was set up under the prime ministership of Jawaharlal Nehru, and Dr. Rajendra Prasad became the first president of India. So you don't confuse with this governor generals. I will have the separate session for that. So who is the first woman president of Indian National Congress? Annie Besant. Who was the first Indian woman president of Indian National Congress? You have to remember Sarojini Naidu, because Annie Besant was not from India. That is the reason. So no confusion in this regards, my dear. Annie Besant. When I talk about Annie Besant, you have to remember one more point. We already discussed the home rule movements. Home rule movements started by two personalities in India. One Annie Besant, another Bala Gangadhar Tilak. Bala Gangadhar Tilak died in the year of 1920. So don't forget 1920, Bala Gangadhar Tilak died. So don't say anything. If any question seen 1920 after Bala Gangadhar Tilak was not there. Okay, don't. So 1923, what was there? Swaraj Party was formed. Name is there, Bala Gangadhar Tilak name. Don't write, because he died in the year of 1920. So before Gandhiji being in active politics, Bala Gangadhar Tilak, his slogan is very famous. Swaraj is my birthright, I shall have it. That is a famous slogan of what is said, Bala Gangadhar Tilak. So before Gandhiji, Bala Gangadhar Tilak was the political leader of freedom struggles. But after him, Gandhiji became very popular because of the non-cooperation movements. So non-cooperation movements in the year of 1920, there Gandhiji became the leader for the national movements. So till that ones, don't forget about Bala Gangadhar Tilak. Then Gopalakrishna Gokhale also 1915 he died. He died. So 1915, that means 1915, Gopalakrishna Gokhale died. I told you 1905, Gopalakrishna Gokhale was the president of Indian National Congress. 1907, that means I told Surat split, moderate and extremists. So Gopalakrishna Gokhale comes under moderate groups there. But he died 1915, exactly the year when Gandhiji came to India. But Gandhiji did not involve or participate in active politics. Okay, active politics. His first active politics in Champaran revolt only. That we discussed already. Okay, Annie Besant, my dear children, it is an asked question in UPSC. Who was the first woman president of Indian National Congress? Who was the first Indian woman president of Indian National Congress? Don't confuse Annie Besant and Sarojini Naidu. Coming slide, you can see about Sarojini Naidu also there. So don't forget. So when I start talking about Annie Besant, you must remember 2 points. What is there? First women president of Indian National Congress. Second one is there, home rule movement. So home rule movement I discussed with you also there. Home rule movement in South India, that means Adayar in Chennai, Annie Besant. Whereas in Pune in Maharashtra, by which personality? This Bala Gangadhar Tilak. Then you may have doubts. So where started first? Whether Annie Besant started first or Tilak started first? Tilak started first. Thereafter only Annie Besant started home rule movements. That you have to remember always. Okay. But remember, then question can ask, this home rule movement means what? Demanding for the self rule. Asking for self rule. That means we don't want the Britishers. We want to rule ourselves. That is what actually the main objective of what is there, home rule. Home rule meaning itself is there. No need to confuse with that one. Home rule, that itself is there. Self rule. Okay, that was actually Annie Besant idea. But Bala Gangadhar Tilak started first in Pune. All over India, Annie Besant. All over India, who spread this idea means you have to write about Annie Besant, and she made this main home rule movements in Adayar in Chennai, but headquarters was in Delhi. I'm talking about home rule movements. So when I start talking about Annie Besant, you have to remember these points very clearly. The same sessions, that means Calcutta sessions in 1917, Annie Besant was the Indian National Congress president. There only civil disobedience, that means we have to disobey these people. Why? It is because of Rowlatt Act. Okay, Rowlatt Act was passed in 1919. So before that, there is an issues also there. Okay, so they have made this all this. So don't forget about these points. Now, um, something slide came in the first that we'll discuss later. So this about Gandhiji, departure of Gandhiji to South Africa. Just one glance, no need to study. 1893 he went to South Africa for job. 1893 foundation of Nadal Indian Congress. That was the first organization set up by Gandhiji. Nadal Indian Congress. 1899, Indian Ambulance Corps during the Boer War. That's what Gandhiji got a Kaiser-i-Hind award was given to Gandhiji. It is because of his active participation in the what is it, Indian Ambulance Corps during the Boer War. So why Gandhiji got this award? It is very important. In South Africa, he helped a lot. Okay, people during the Boer War times. That's why Kaisari-Hind was given. But Kaisari-Hind was returned Gandhiji because of this Jallianwala Bagh massacre in 1990. Okay, so why Kaisari-Hind award was given to Gandhiji? It is because of his active participation in the Indian Ambulance Corps during Boer War. Okay, don't forget that point is very important. Next, 1904 magazine, no need to study. 1906, first civil disobedience movements in South Africa against ordinance. Then 1907, Satyagraha, that because of the black acting, because of Satyagraha. That means first civil disobedience movement, non-cooperation movement, Satyagraha, then jail, fast to death, hunger strikes, everything first he started in South Africa only. Okay, just for reading only. 1908, trial and imprisoned in Johannesburg jail. First time he got jail, 1908. Okay, then 1910, foundation of Tolstoy farm. Sabarmati is there, when we come to India. 1913, Satyagraha against, no need to study that. That's 1914. See, Gandhiji was awarded Kaisari-Hind. Very important. Question can ask also why Gandhiji was awarded Kaisari-Hind. It is because of his active participation in the Indian Ambulance Corps during the Boer War. Okay, then Gandhiji arrived in Bombay. That's the first time. 9th January 1915. He founded ashram at Ahmedabad. Then later he shifted to Sabarmati. Okay, so when he came to India 1915, then till 1917 he was not actively participating. But 1916 Lucknow sessions he participated, he attended, where Rajkumar Shukla invited him for coming to Gujarat. That is his first movement, Champaran. Already we discussed his points. Then in 1916 I already discussed with you. Muslim League was formed in 1906. Already we discussed. Then First World War 1914 to 1918. So that times Lord Chelmsford he had some suggestions. Okay, Muslim League led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah for the constitutional reforms through joint the Hindu-Muslim patterns. Already we discussed Lucknow Pact. So 1916 Lucknow Pact we are discussing about that. Muslim League was formed in 1906, but Muslim League joined Indian National Congress 1916. So that is why I wanted to show that 1906 Muslim League was formed, but after 10 years only they joined Indian National Congress, where the majority of the leaders were Hindus. So that means joined Hindu Muslims platforms to fight against Britishers. First time started in Lucknow Pact in 1916. Again, I want to say that once. Muslim League was led by Muhammad Ali Jinnah, no doubt at all. That is very important for you. Okay, so here agreement between Muslims and Hindus. Here between All India Muslim League and Hindus, there is an agreement that to work together against Britishers. This is what actually we call it as Lucknow Pact 1916. This has no link with the Khilafat movement. No link. Okay, that you have to remember very clearly. But what happened there? This was only for short periods. These agreements to join together to fight against the Britishers only for a few months only there. Okay, then what happened? One more things are there. Reduce the rivalry between extremists and moderate. That means they also joined together. So extremists and moderate joined together. Hindu Muslims joined together. Indian National Congress and All India Muslim League joined together. Though it is a short-lived, this all happens under Lucknow Pact in 1916. So Surat split in 1907, Lucknow Pact in 1916. Don't forget, my dear children. Very important. Now, this is a few years which I want to discuss also. Some of the points is very important. That's why I kept this one. 1918, Bombay Sessions. What is it? Monday, Chelmsford reforms and everything. No need to study. 1919, Congress extended support to Khilafat movement. It is very important. 1919, Motilal Nehru. Motilal Nehru became the Indian National Congress president, where Congress and Muslims again joins together to fight against the Britishers. Already we discussed Khilafat movement. It is because of World War. It is not an Indian matter. It is not related to Indian politics. Khilafat movement purely connected to world politics, where the Khilafat means Khalifa. Khalifa was insulted by Turkey. Turkey Sultan was insulted. Khalifa means the Sultan of Turkey was insulted by Britain and alliance. I already discussed with you. Okay, so they took all his land and everything, but it was not given back. So that was a humiliation to their head of Muslims. So in order to take revenge on this Ali groups, one of the group is Britishers. So they wanted to take revenge. That's why Muslim League again joins International Congress against Britishers. So there are two times I told that. 1916, what is there? Lucknow Pact, Muslims and Hindus joined together. 1919, Amritsar sessions. There again, Muslims and All India Muslim League and the Congress Party joined together and they formed Khilafat movement. Then question can ask, who is the leader of Khilafat movement? Remember always Gandhiji. Gandhiji was the leader of Khilafat movements. Don't forget about it. So then 1920, Lala Lajpat Rai was beaten to death after Simon Commission arrival. Simon Commission came. He might be known also 1928, but he said he died also there. That means Tiger of Punjab. Lala Lajpat Rai is known as Tiger of Punjab. Tiger of Bengal is Lord Wellesley. Okay, Lord Wellesley. Tiger of Mysore, then you know very well Tipu Sultan. So these Lala Lajpat Rai was known as a Tiger of Punjab, was beaten to the death in the after Simon Commission arrivals in the year of 1928. So he was a president. In this one only, with this a special session only, Gandhiji moved non-cooperation resolutions. Why non-cooperations? Gandhiji wanted to start. It is because of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Jallianwala Bagh massacre closely connected to Rowlatt Act. So these are all closely connected. That means first Rowlatt Act 1990, then Jallianwala Bagh massacre 1990, then non-cooperation movements 1920. Khilafat movement also joins non-cooperation movements. Khilafat movements actually originated by All India Muslim League, non-cooperations by Indian National Congress. So both joined it together. So we call it as a Khilafat non-cooperation movements led by Gandhiji. Okay, so you have to understand all this coincidence. You have to understand very clearly. Okay, so don't forget why this Jallianwala Bagh massacre. It is because of Rowlatt Act. I already discussed with you. Rowlatt Act means any person can be arrested without any trial and imprisoned for a maximum 2 years. This is what we call it as a Rowlatt Act. It is also known as Black Act. Because of that one only, what a one fine Vaishagi festival day, all the people gathered in Amritsar, where Dyer, came there and start shooting at the people. Around 379 people were killed within fraction of the times there. Okay, this is what we call it as Jallianwala Bagh massacres. Then Gandhiji announced the non-cooperation movements. Same times, Muslims want to take revenge against Britishers. Why? Because of the humiliation to their head. That means Khalifa. Okay, so Muslims and Indian National Congress. Muslims by through the Khilafat movements, non-cooperation by Indian National Congress. Don't confuse with this one. Khilafat movement by All India Muslim League, non-cooperation announced by Indian National Congress, joined together. Don't forget, and they start fight against the Britishers. So it continued 2 years only. That means 1920 to 1922. 1920 to 1922. What happened there? Non-cooperation movements. What is over? Non-cooperation movements. Gandhiji withdrew because of Chauri Chaura movement there. Chauri Chaura movement means 21 police men, one police inspector was burned alive. Burned alive. Because of that, Gandhiji withdrew this non-cooperation movements. So he got wide criticism because this non-cooperation movement was in active positions. Only Gandhiji called off. Gandhiji withdrew that cooperations. Okay, that's why people, so many Indian leaders got anger on Gandhiji also. But Gandhiji withdrew because it started a coming violence practice. 22 people, 22 means 21 plus 1 were burned alive. That was the importance of Chauri Chaura movements. Okay, Chauri Chaura movement also 1922. Don't forget, it is very important. Okay, and don't forget this point is very important. Chauri Chaura movement 1922. So 1919, two event I told, Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre. 1920 I told two importance. Khilafat movements. You have to understand the importance of Khilafat movement. Why it is? It is because of First World War, where the Khalifa was humiliated by the Ali groups. Ali groups, Britain also involving. Okay, that is the reason. Khilafat movements. Non-cooperation movement I told led by Gandhiji. It is because of Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So why Khilafat movement was started? Why non-cooperation movement was started? You should understand very clearly, because question can ask also reason and assertions. Okay, Khilafat movement, it is because of the humiliation of the Khalifa during the World War I. Non-cooperation movement, it is because of Jallianwala Bagh massacre by O'Dwyer. Don't forget this, very important. Okay, so 1920 to 1922. Then question can ask why Gandhiji called off non-cooperation movement? It is because of the violence. Gandhiji was not expecting the violence, what he said during the times and everything, but 22 people were burned alive. That is also police people. So Gandhi called it off. Don't forget that point is very important. Then 1920, there's a difference taken place between Indian National Congress and All India Muslim Leagues. Then what happened there? Muhammad Ali left Indian National Congress also, because Indian National Congress, majority of the people were high Brahmins and also. Okay, high group Hindu majority were there. So that is one of the important. Another important is very important that you should understand. Gaya, 1922, Indian National Congress sessions held at Gaya. C.R. Das, very important point, my dear, 1922. 1922, I told Gandhiji called off non-cooperation movement. It is because of Chauri Chaura movements. Chauri Chaura movement also 1922. Gandhiji called off non-cooperation movement also 1922. Then 1922 Gaya sessions. Gaya session, C.R. Das was the Chittaranjan Das. C.R. Das means Chittaranjan Das. He was the president of Indian National Congress. Here, what happened? There was a difference among the leaders, and the C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, and group of people, they left Indian National Congress and they formed a new party there. We call it as a Swaraj Party. Later, Swaraj Party joins Indian National Congress. It is because of Gandhiji. Okay, that you heard. Then it's very important, my dear, 1922 Gaya session, don't forget. Okay, because C.R. Das and other leaders like Motilal Nehru and all left from India. That means there was a difference with Indian National Congress and the formation for Swaraj Party. Don't forget. Okay, then this is a beginning for a formation of a Communist Party also. Communist Party of India, CPI. So this is the beginning, 1924, 1925. What is a new party were formed there? BJP and all formed in the 1950s only there. So first party I told Indian National Congress. Second one is the All India Muslim League. Third one is a Swaraj Party. Fourth one is there All India, Communist Party of India, India, not Marxist. Marxist is another party. Communist Party of India. So likewise it goes like this. So this is second time. First time I told Surat split I told extremist and moderate split from Indian National Congress. Second split, what is happens in 1922, and party Swaraj Party actually formed in 1923 only. But split started, breakage started because of the Gaya sessions, and in 1923 new party was formed. Second time Indian National Congress divided. So first division I told in 1907 Surat split. Okay, extremists and moderate, they divided, they separated from Indian National Congress. That is the first division. Second division, 1923, the formation of Swaraj Party, it is because of Gaya sessions held in 1922, where Chittaranjan Das was the president of Indian National Congress. Don't forget, along with the Motilal Nehru. Don't confuse. Nehru means there are two Nehru comes there. Motilal Nehru and Jawaharlal Nehru. Don't confuse. Here Motilal Nehru. Nehru report 1928. Motilal Nehru only there. No Jawaharlal Nehru. Don't confuse with this all points. Okay. So second division I told. First division I told 1907. Surat split. Second division and just now we discussed there. Gaya sessions. Okay. Surat sessions. Gaya sessions. Surat session 1907. Gaya sessions 1922. Don't forget, my dear children. Here new party formed there. There extremists and the Indian National Congress split into two groups, moderate and extremists. Why I tell again and again, because that much importance it has. Okay, so here second division, don't forget Gaya sessions. So Surat sessions, Gaya sessions, 1907, 1922, similarity. What happened? Indian National Congress split into two. But what is the speciality of 1922 Gaya sessions? New party was formed there. Okay, that means many leaders came out of Indian National Congress and formed a new party. Then you may have doubts, sir, why it happened like this? Why they wanted to go? It is one of the reason. What is this non-cooperation movement? Non-cooperation, when it was in the peak, Gandhiji withdrew that. Gandhiji called off that one. So many Indian leaders got anger. That's one of the reason. They left Indian National Congress and formed a new party there. Okay, so the leaders were not satisfied. Otherwise, they were not happy with the Gandhiji's decision of calling off this non-cooperation movements. But remember, why Gandhiji called off non-cooperation movements? It is because of Chauri Chaura incidents. Because Gandhiji did not expect any violence. But it happens. 21 plus 1 police officer were burned alive. So it was not expected for the Gandhiji. That is the reason he called off. But why others leaders got angry on Gandhiji? Because it was leading to success. That means it was in the peak level. Then Gandhiji called off. So this is one of the reasons that some leaders left Indian National Congress and formed a new party there. So why I'm telling reason, why? This reason and assertions are mainly coming for history. So you have to understand. So 1907, 1922 have some similarities. Don't forget. Then first and last, Gandhiji became Indian National Congress president only one time. Okay, Gandhiji never become Indian National Congress other than 1924 Belgaum. Belgaum means in Karnataka. Only first time, only one time only Gandhiji became what is there Indian National Congress presidents. This question can ask there. If any times Gandhiji became Indian National Congress presidents, you definitely can write 1924. Here they tried to join this party. That means the party left. I told Chittaranjan Das, Motilal Nehru, and all they left Indian National Congress and they formed Swaraj Party. Here Gandhiji tried to unite them to Indian National Congress. So this is one of the version for the formation of the Communist Party in India. So Communist Party, I told, the fourth party. All India, all Indian National Congress, All India Muslim Leagues, Swaraj Party, Communist Party of India. Okay, so 1924 only the formation of Communist Party of India also coming there. Don't forget. Now 1925, Sarojini Naidu. See, this is what I was sharing with you. Who was the first women president of Indian National Congress? Without any doubt, you write Annie Besant. Who was the first Indian woman president of Indian National Congress? Sarojini Naidu. You have to remember always. These 2 points very important. First one I discussed with you. What is this? A Kanpur sessions. Then what before we are discussing about this one, it is very important. It is Calcutta sessions. So Calcutta session 1917, Annie Besant was the All India Indian National Congress presidents. Whereas Calcutta sessions, okay, we're discussing now. Kanpur session, Sarojini Naidu became the first women president. This is a very important question. Don't forget Calcutta, Kanpur. Calcutta it is in Bengal, Kanpur it is in Uttar Pradesh. So we can remember at least the state so that it will be easy for remember that one. 1917, Annie Besant. That means after 8 years, Sarojini Naidu. Don't forget why I'm telling there. First times women leaderships in Indian National Congress. So don't forget it is very important. 1917 plus 8 years, another women becoming Indian National Congress presidents. Who is the first president? I told you, W.C. Banerjee. W.C. Banerjee was the first president. Don't forget. So 1917, first women president of Indian National Congress, Annie Besant. 1925, first Indian woman president of Indian National Congress, Sarojini Naidu. So this is what I was sharing with you also, very important. So 1927, boycott of Simon Commissions. Means Simon Commission is announced to come to India for getting support from Indian leaders, okay, and to make the constitutional reforms. But the whole Indian National Congress boycotts Simon Commission's resolution and everything. That is what the importance of this one, but not that much importance. Just to look at this one enough. 28, Motilal Nehru reports, very very important. Motilal report, Nehru report, 1928. It is very important. We'll discuss that also there. Okay, so here few points I discussed with you. One is there Khilafat movement and non-cooperation movements, then Swaraj Party formations, then Gandhiji one time only, then Sarojini Naidu's. Don't forget. Then Home Rule movement already we discussed 16 to 18. 18 is get over. Headquarters Delhi already discussed. Okay, 1907. This all we discussed there. Government of India Act 1909 was dissatisfactory. Congress party left into two groups. Bala Gangadhar Tilak was imprisoned around for 6 years. He was in Mandalay. Okay, he came back after that. So no Indian leaders were here. So Annie Besant want to have the self-rule in India. Okay, this is actually background of the Home Rule movement, which was set up first by Tilak in Pune, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Okay, in this one only Bala Gangadhar Tilak got a title Lokamanya. Okay, Lokanayaka, sorry, Lokanayaka. Lokanayaka, Bala Gangadhar Tilak got the title of Lokanayaka. It is because of Home Rule movements. After a few years, he died also there. Don't forget about this point, is very, very clear. Okay, so 1916, don't forget. 1916, April, 1916, September. That's the difference between Annie Besant and Tilak. So in this one only, because of this one only, Bala Gangadhar Tilak got a title of Lokanayaka. Last time we talked about Rashtrapati, Gandhiji was given different titles we discussed. So Bala Gangadhar Tilak, okay, birthright is my, so Swaraj is my birthright, I shall have it. It is his slogans, and he was given the title of Lokanayak. It is because of this Home Rule movement. Okay, so in 17 Calcutta session, Annie Besant became first woman and president also. So what is the reason behind this Home Rule movement? No one was there, no leader was there. Tilak was imprisoned. He was in another country, Mandalay. Okay, so Annie Besant tried to make a Indian National Congress, two groups, two fractions, extremists and moderate into one group. She tried a lot. Okay, so all behind this Home Rule movement that you have to understand. The question as Home Rule movement, remember always Bala Gangadhar Tilak and Annie Besant. That is very, very important. Okay, don't forget what is the reason, for what purpose Annie Besant set up this Home Rule movement. You have to remember self-government. Self-government. What is the reason behind this one? In the Indian National Congress divided into two groups, lot of difference among the leaders. There was no leader. The Bala Gangadhar Tilak, leader imprisoned in Mandalay. Okay, so Annie Besant tried to unite this extremists and the moderate together. Okay, so she announced this Home Rule movement, but she got some delay compared to Tilak because she had to get the support from Indian National Congress. So Tilak started first this Home Rule League, otherwise Home Rule movement in India first, is covering two states, Maharashtra and Karnataka, whereas Annie Besant covering in the other South Indian states. But all over India, Annie Besant's Home Rule movement became popular. Headquarter Delhi. So in this one only, Bala Gangadhar Tilak got a title of Lokanayaka. Bala Gangadhar Tilak died after 4 years, 1920. Now Champaran already we discussed. I don't want to discuss much, but only one point you have to understand this one. Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Mahadeva Desai, Private Secretary, J.B. Kripalani, M. Hague, Narahari, all this became the leader of this Champaran revolt. That means Gandhiji and these leaders had a good friends. I mean, so they became very close. It is because of the Champaran revolts. So Champaran revolt Satyagraha, when we remember Rajendra Prasad, Mahadeva Desai, J.B. Kripalani, M. Hague and Narahari. Don't forget, these leaders merged out of Champaran Satyagraha. But Gandhiji was invited, I told you, Rajkumar Shukla, to Champarans. Okay, it is because of the heavy tax and farmers were forced to cultivate indigo since it was a commercial crops. Don't forget. So it was a Gandhiji's first experiment on Satyagraha. It was his first civil disobedience movement. Don't forget. Ahmedabad, next one. After Champaran over, there's a confusion. Ahmedabad or Kheda. But Ahmedabad is the first because that happens in the February. But Kheda, it is the, sorry, Kheda, it is the March only. Okay. February and March. Next one. First Champaran over. Then next Ahmedabad in February. Kheda, it is in the March month. There's printing typing errors. So Gandhiji used the Satyagraha and hunger strike for first times. Fast to death the first times in the Ahmedabad mill strikes. Don't forget, it is very important. All these three were success. So first time Gandhiji used the Satyagraha, first time Gandhiji used the hunger strike in India, first time Gandhiji used the fast to death. These are all happens in Ahmedabad mill strike. So my Ahmedabad mill strikes and this Kheda movement both in same year 1918. But which started first? Ahmedabad mill strike. Thereafter only Kheda movement started. So 1 month gap is there. Okay, February and March. Don't forget. It is very important. Now, the Kheda movement, March only, my dear. Please try to correct. So first non-cooperation movements, because drought. What happened? Farmers were unable to pay the tax and everything. So failed crops in the Kheda districts of Gujarat due to drought there. But government wants land tax. But farmers were not ready and they got anger. In this Kheda Satyagraha only, Sardar Vallabhai Patel came as a leader. So why I tell about this one? Here I told Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Mahadeva Desai, J.B. Kripalani. Don't forget J.B. Kripalani, who proposed the name of first, what is their Constituent Assembly chairman. Sachidananda Singha name was proposed by J.B. Kripalani only. So Mahadeva Desai, then Narahari, Rajendra Prasad. Okay, Rajendra Prasad is was the chairman of Constituent Assembly. Later he became the first president of India. So they all came out of Champaran revolt. But Sardar Vallabhai Patel, he was the leader of Kheda Satyagraha. Don't forget, it is very important question. Sardar Vallabhai Patel, don't forget about it. Okay. Next, we will Rowlatt Act. Already we discussed there. Jallianwala Bagh and Rowlatt Act closely connected. Because of the Rowlatt Act in 1919 only, Jallianwala Bagh massacre happened there. Both happened same year, 1919. Don't forget about it. It is known as a Black Act. It was passed by. Why it is known as a Rowlatt Act? Because it was passed by passed under the presidency of Sir Sidney Rowlatt. Rowlatt means a person name. Okay, the president name means the person names who made this or who drafted this act 1917, but it came in 1919 only. Remember, here it is known as Black Act because it is taking away the liberty of the peoples. Anytime any person can be arrested, maximum 2 years, okay, without any trials. That is a speciality of this act. So because of this one only, Gandhiji wanted to start a non-coop. So there are 2-3 reasons are there. Rowlatt Act because of the Jallianwala Bagh massacres. Because of Jallianwala massacre, Gandhiji wanted to go for non-cooperation movements. So one reason we can tell Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre were the reason for the non-cooperation movement. They have to remember always. And Gandhiji organized Satyagraha 1919, but Gandhiji was arrested. Gandhiji was arrested. Then two Punjab leaders, Dr. Satyapal and Saifuddin Kichlu, were arrested. In order to show their anger on the British government, the people gathered in Amritsar. That was a Vaishagi Day. But General Dyer came and shoot at the peoples and killed 379 peoples. Okay, remember always. So this already we discussed there. If you have any doubts, you can ask me, no problem. So our non-cooperation movement actually product of two events we can tell: Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacres. Okay, that is the reason. Gandhiji was really shocked there after listening this Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Okay, that is the reason Gandhiji organized Satyagraha also there. Satyagraha also there. Okay, don't forget about it. Then Jallianwala Bagh, 13th April, Vaishagi Day. Okay, all people they sat together. He came and killed 379 people. Don't forget, so many people wounded also there. Then Jallianwala Bagh again, Devendranath Tagore and Gandhiji returned their award. Is very important question, my dear children. Why Devendranath Tagore refused knighthood award? Knighthood award he got in 1950. It is because of the. Then you'll ask why Devendranath Tagore got this award. It is because of his Nobel Prize. Devendranath Tagore got a Nobel Prize because of his Gitanjali, you might be knowing also that because of the reason only British government want to recognize, so they awarded knighthood there. But this Ravindranath Tagore returned that award. Gandhiji got the Kaisari Hind award. I already discussed with you because Gandhiji helped people during the Boer War times by making the ambulance. Already we discussed also there. So Gandhiji was awarded Kaisari Hind award there 1940, but Gandhiji returned that one in 1990. So 1919, because of the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, Ravindranath Tagore and Gandhiji, they returned their medal, otherwise returned their titles. Okay, don't forget this one. Ravindranath Tagore returned knighthood, which he got in 1915. Gandhiji returned Kaisari Hind, which he got in 1914. So don't forget, this point is very important. Shankaran Nair is another person. He was representing from India in his Viceroy's Executive Council. He left that one also there. Hunter Commission was appointed, but Hunter Commission was supporting only Dyer. Okay, that means he was not guilty. He was not found guilty. So very important. Hunter Commissions, Ravindranath Tagore and Gandhiji returned. Don't mind it, children. Again, I want to tell. Ravindranath Tagore and Gandhiji returned their titles. That means knighthood and Kaisari Hind. Don't forget. Knighthood, why Ravindranath Tagore got it? Because of Geetanjali and Nobel Prize. Why Gandhiji got Kaisari Hind? It is because of his help to British officials in South Africa during the Boer War times. Both awards were surrendered to the British governments. It is because of Jallianwala Bagh massacre 1919. Then Shankaran Nair, I told you, resigned from Viceroy's Executive Council. So this Hunter Commission was appointed to inquire, but Hunter Commission was supporting strongly O'Dwyer. Then Udham Singh in 1940, he went to Delhi, London and killed this O'Dwyer, but he was caught and hanged in London itself. Sardar Udham Singh. This all we discussed previous. Then Khilafat 1920. Khilafat movements, very important. Already we discussed there. Turki Sultan was humiliated. Turkey was defeated. Okay, and Treaty of Sevres. Somebody was asking last day, what is the Treaty of Sevres means? Actually, because of this First World War, all the part of the Turkey were taken. Turkey lost sovereignty. Turkey lost their power. Turkey had no command on their land. So it felt a humiliation for their head by Muslims. That is the reason, in order to show their support to the Muslim head, Khalifa, these Muslims formed a Khilafat movement. Okay, so Khilafat movement, the speciality means what? Both leaders, Congress leaders and Khilafat Muslim League leaders, both joined it together. That's a speciality. Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, A.M. Ansari, Saifuddin Kichlu, Ali brothers, all these are the popular the leaders of Khilafat movement. Don't forget. And 19 October 1919, the whole country was observed as Khilafat Day. Okay, 19th October, don't forget. 19 October 1919, whole country was observed as a Khilafat movement. So Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, M.A. Ansari, Saifuddin Kichlu, Ali brothers, at least remember Saifuddin Kichlu, already we discussed. All they were the leaders of Khilafat movement. On what situation this Khilafat movement was originated? Remember, it is closely connected to World War I. Okay, harsh terms of Treaty of Sevres. Don't forget that one. That means many of the territory of Turkey was taken by these allies. That means Khalifa had no control on Turkey, humiliated Turkey Sultan. So these are all happens. But anyway, later it became secular country. It was not a non-secular country. So 1919, one more things I already discussed with you. Joint venture. That means Khilafat movement as well as non-cooperation movements, joint conference led by Mahatma Gandhi. So question asked also, who was the leader of joint movement of Khilafat and non-cooperation? Remember, Mahatma Gandhi. Don't forget. And Mahatma Gandhi was so happy in this regards because of this ones, he can bring the Hindu-Muslim unity together to fight for independence of the country. So Gandhiji was very much interested. Okay, because this is a situation. These are situations where Hindus and Muslims join together so that they can fight for the independence of the country. That is very important. 1920, Gandhiji suggested to Khilafat Committee that it adopt a program for non-violence, non-cooperation movement there. That means Muslims accepted non-cooperation movement, non-cooperation Indian National Congress accepted Khilafat movements. That means it's a joint venture of Indian National Congress and the Khilafat movement. So don't forget Khilafat movement's importance. Why? Khilafat movement is not at all connected to Indian politics. It is a closely connected to world politics, closely connected to World War One, closely connected to Turkey. But non-cooperation was not like this. Non-cooperation, it is mainly because of Black Act. That means Rowlatt Act, as well as you have to remember Jallian Wala Bagh massacre. But Khilafat non-cooperation movement leader was Gandhiji. Gandhiji was so much interested because this was one opportunity for the Gandhiji to unite Hindus and Muslims to get independence from the Britishers. It's very important point. Khilafat movement, don't forget. Okay, so 1919, two things I told you. 1919, Rowlatt Act, 1919, Jallianwala Bagh massacre, 1920, Khilafat movement, 1920, non-cooperation movement. See, these are all we discussed there also. Khilafat committee at Allahabad, they accepted the suggestions of non-cooperations and asked the Gandhiji to lead the movement for a stage of non-cooperation, surrendering the titles, honorary positions, resignation from civil service, then resign from police and army service, non-paying tax and everything. This was known as non-cooperation movements. That means they were not ready to cooperate with the British government in India there. Don't forget. Okay, so Gandhiji informed Indian National Congress also to have the same actions, but C.R. Das, he opposed the first, but he accepted later. The Khilafat movement lost its relevance because of Mustafa Kemal Pasha abolished the Khilafat and made Turkey as a secular state. It's very important. Okay, that means in the middle only, in the midway only, Khilafat movement got its lost its popularity, lost its importance. It is because Turkey became secular states. Okay, so Khilafat movement merged with the non-cooperation movements launched by Gandhiji in 1920. So it was a short period of the times. Khilafat movement had only short period of the times. Okay, 1920 only it happens. 1920 only it got disappeared and merged with the Indian National Congress program, means non-cooperation movement. Don't forget about it. It's very important. Okay, it's very important points about non-cooperation, Khilafat movement and non-cooperation. Question can ask also, Khilafat movement was a success or not? Not at all success because it became secular states. Why Khilafat joined non-cooperation movements? I already discussed with you. Because their sultan or their king or their head was humiliated. But it had no success at the end because Turkey became secular state. Okay, so Gandhiji finally merged this Khilafat movement with the non-cooperation movements and launched this non-cooperation movements continued for 2 years. Now Nagpur sections 1920. What is the speciality of these Nagpur sections? Okay, it is important there. 1920 onwards, Gandhiji's Gandhian era actually starting, truly speaking. Though Gandhian era start from 1915 to 1948, Gandhiji start leading the national movement first times through non-cooperation movements. Till that once he was only involving in the single movements. Champaran, only Bihar. Then Ahmedabad, only Gujarat. Kheda, only Gujarat. He was not the leader of the all over India. But first times Gandhi became leader of all over India. Gandhiji became the leader of the national movements through this non-cooperation movement only. That's why I'm telling Gandhi era starts really 1920 onwards. So what is the Nagpur section importance? This very important question. Here, don't forget the main objective of Nagpur sections, self-government. That is the first things. Who was the leader? It is very important. Tilak died, I told you, 1920. Then Gandhi era starts there. That means changing leadership from Bala Gangadhar Tilak into Mahatma Gandhi. That is another specialty of Nagpur sections. That means after Tilak, after Tilak, Gandhiji became the leader in 1920. Before 1920, but you have doubts. Gandhi era starts in which year? 1950 onwards. But he became active politics 1920 through non-cooperation movements. That is very important. Whether I have to continue or not, I don't know. So many are there. What to do? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Continue, sir.
Shall I? Some more time shall I take?
Till 5:30 you teach.
5:30, 5:30. Okay. This is the specialities, non-cooperation movements, 1920 to 1922. I told already after Balagangadhar Tilak, Gandhiji became the leader. That's very important point. Then question can ask why this non-cooperation resolution started. Remember Rowlatt Act, Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Because of that one only. Okay. Now this non-cooperation resolution was mainly moved by which person? C.R. Das. C.R. Das idea this non-cooperation movement. Okay, that's very important. Idea originated by C.R. Das, approved by Indian National Congress at Nagpur sessions. That's when Nagpur session importance means what? Non-cooperation was accepted. That's what I'm telling. Nagpur section 1920. Don't forget, because non-cooperation movement was approved by Indian National Congress, where Gandhiji became the leader of the national movement the first time. Non-cooperation movement 1920, where Gandhiji became the leader of all India. Before that, Gandhiji was not a leader of all India. Don't forget that point is very important. Okay, then C.R. Das played a major role in promoting this movement. Don't forget. Okay, so who is another leader other than Gandhiji who made a resolution of this non-cooperation movements? Whose idea this non-cooperation movements? You have to remember C.R. Das also. Chittaranjan Das from Bengal. Don't forget. Then Punjab, Lala Lajpat Rai playing important role. Okay, C.R. Das, Motilal Nehru, then Jayakar, Saifuddin Kichlu, Vallabhai Patel, C. Rajagopal Achari, Prakashanam, Asif Ali, all they left their practice. They were lawyers. Okay, Prince of Wales, he visited, he came to India, but all the states became empty. Nobody was there to receive him. Okay, nobody was there to greet him. Nobody was there to welcome him. Okay, he came 1921 as a part of non-cooperation movement. This is very important questions. Who visited India during the time of non-cooperation movement, where the whole streets were empty? No one was ready to greet or giving warm welcome to the Prince of Wales. Remember 1921, because that time non-cooperation movement was very active in India there. But remember, non-cooperation movement, the idea was originated by what is there? C.R. Das, don't forget. So when I start talking about the Nagpur section 1920, what is importance? You have to remember non-cooperation was approved and accepted by Indian National Congress, where C.R. Das played a very important role. Then non-cooperation and Khilafat movements joint leader, who is that? Means you have to remember Gandhiji. Don't forget. Okay, it's very important. Who was the leader? Played a major role in promoting this movement, C.R. Das. Then who played a very important role in Punjab? Punjab means remember till 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai. Don't forget. But after 1928, whenever Lala Lajpat Rai name comes, means don't write, because he was beaten to death. Simon Commission came to India. Lala Lajpat Rai was what he said fighting. So police beat him like anything. After a few months, he died. So 1928, Lala Lajpat Rai, Bengal Tiger, died. It is because of Simon Commission. We are going to discuss that also. Okay, so who came to India 1921? Remember Prince Wales. When he came there, nobody was there too, because it is a part of their non-cooperations. It's very important question. So Lala Lajpat Rai, C.R. Das, Nagpur section 1920, then Prince Wales visit in 1921. Don't forget. These are all closely connected to non-cooperation movements. Okay, once again, what is there? Non-cooperation movement is a product of Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre. Who made this resolution of non-cooperation idea? C.R. Das. Who played a major role promoting for this movement? C.R. Das. In which session the decision was taken there? Nagpur section 1920. Who played a vital role in Punjab for promoting national non-cooperation movement? Lala Lajpat Rai. Who visited India in 1920, where all the streets were empty? Prince Wales. That means he was the ruler, monarchy. He was a ruler of. He was a ruler. Okay. He was a ruler of England. He visited this place there. Okay, that's another points. Again, non-cooperation movements in Malabar, Kerala, this people were fighting. Assam people were fighting. All part of this one only. Midnapur, there's a fight. Punjab, Agali movements wanted to go through it. Then Congress session in Allahabad in 1921 decided launching civil disobedience movements. Gandhiji was appointed as a leader. Civil disobedience movements. That means disobey their order. But before, it's a very important point I'm discussing now. Civil disobedience movements already decided by Indian National Congress in Allahabad section in 1921. Unfortunately, Gandhiji was before that only what happened there. This Chauri Chaura movement started, where the 21 plus 1 policemen were burned. So Gandhiji stopped civil disobedience movements. Gandhiji decided to withdraw non-cooperation movements. So civil disobedience movements in India, we discuss always 1930. But before that only, there was a decision on civil disobedience movements, but it was not started. It is because of the Chauri Chaura movement there. Okay, it's very Allahabad session in 1921. Indian National Congress decided to launch civil disobedience movements along with the non-cooperation movements. But because of the Chauri Chaura movements, where the people were killed and burned, so Gandhiji withdrew both. Civil disobedience movements not started, non-cooperation movements in the middle, he withdrew, he called it off this. So don't forget this ones. Okay, but Gandhiji's decision to withdraw the movement was, what is there, made a lot of controversy. That means people were not happy in taking the decision for the withdrawal of what is there, this non-cooperation movement. So Allahabad section 1921, he wanted to launch not only non-cooperation, he wanted to launch the civil disobedience movements. Then he left. It's a very important matter that you have to discuss also there. Then non-cooperation movements, another some points I already discussed with you. 1922, Gandhiji already discussed. Gandhiji called off this movements 1922 because of the Chauri Chaura movements. In February 5, 1922, non-cooperation movement was the first mass movements based in politics under Gandhiji. Already discussed with you. 1924, Gandhiji first times became the Indian National Congress president. I discussed with you. After 25 to 27, 2 years, Gandhiji was not in Indian politics. Gandhiji was not at all involving in Indian politics there. That means he retired from active politics for the first times, and he made only constructive programs of Congress. Again, Gandhiji rejoined the Indian National Congress 1927, because a lot of issues happens in Indian National Congress. Because of that difference, Gandhiji left Indian National Congress, but he rejoined after 2 years. That means 1925 to 1927, Gandhiji was not in active positions. Same way, 1934 to 1939, Gandhiji was again not active in the politics. Okay, and after 1942, Gandhiji was not in active politics. So there are 3 times Gandhiji was not in active politics in Indian freedom struggle there. First one, 1925 to 1927. Next one, 1934 to 39. Next one after 1942 to 1948. Gandhiji was not involving actively there. That is very important point which you have to remember always. So first time Gandhiji left this freedom struggles in the middle, 1925 to 27, it is because of the difference with the Indian National Congress. So before that only Gandhiji became first and last, what is the Indian National Congress, only in Karnataka, in Belagaum in 1924. Don't forget. So here I discussed about first Indian National President W.C. Banerjee, first women Indian National Congress President Annie Besant, first Indian women Indian National Congress Sarojini Naidu. Don't forget about this one. And Gandhiji 1924, Gandhiji first times. And one more point is very important. Subhash Chandra Bose. Subhash Chandra Bose became Indian National Congress President 1938 to 39. It is because of the difference with Gandhiji. Subhash Chandra Bose left what is these positions as a Indian National Congress President also there. So Subhash Chandra Bose, Gandhiji, Sarojini Naidu, Annie Besant and W.C. Banerjee, don't forget. It is very important. Okay, so 1925 to 27, Gandhiji was not in freedom struggles. he was staying in his ashrams and constructive program of the Congress. He devoted, it means individual satyagrahas, not national movements, not a mass movements, individual programs he conducted because of the difference with the Indian National Congress and the leaders. Then Gaya decision already we discussed there. 1922, C.R. Das and leaders broke away. They formed Swaraj Party, suspension of non-cooperation movement. That is a reason C.R. Das left from Indian National Congress and formed a new party. Already we discussed Swaraj Party 1922 started, but party formed in 1923. Don't forget, it is very important. Motilal Nehru, Chittaranjan Das, all they separated from Congress party and formed a new party. So 1922 decision was taken there. 1923 January 1st this party came there. Okay, then you have doubts, sir, 1922 or 22 this Swaraj Party was formed. Decision was taken in Gaya session 1922. Party was formed in 1923. Don't forget, this point is very important. Okay, sometimes some GK books are showing wrong information. Swaraj Party was formed in 1922. No, it is not like this. Similarly, first general election in India 1951, some GK book, some book are showing 1952. Both are wrong. 1951 started and the politics general election completed 1922. Similarly, Gaya session decision was taken. C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru and all left this Congress party. It is because of the Gandhiji's decisions and they formed a new party, Swaraj Party. Don't forget, it is very important. That means Motilal Nehru, C.R. Das, N.C. Kelkar, all the leaders left that once. Okay, Rajendra Prasad, Rajagopalachari, all they followed Gandhiji. Okay, Gandhiji. Now here, the Swaraj Party, they wanted to, what is there? Their main demand, what is there? We have to end the boycott of the Legislative Council and enter them and expose them. That means Swaraj Party's main demand that we have to participate in the British governments and then we have to expose our ideas. We have to fight with them. We have to argue with them. But Gandhiji telling, no, we will not cooperate with them. So there is a difference among the Congress party leaders. That is the main reason the Swaraj Party left from Indian National Congress. So one party, they want to join the British governments and they want to fight. Other party, other groups under Gandhiji, Rajendra Prasad, Rajagopalachari, they wanted to boycott completely what is British means legislature. That means British governments in India. So that is a difference between Swaraj Party. This is second division. First division I told Surat split, moderate and extremists. Second split, Swaraj Party, which formed in 1923. 23 January 1st means next day. 1922 our next day. Okay, January 1st, 23, Swaraj Party. Second split, they don't forget. Third split started in 1965 only there. Okay, when Nehru died, then Srimati Indira Gandhi became the leader. Congress Party again split, I group and O groups. Okay, that is another thing so you have to learn also. So here don't forget, one side Motilal Nehru, C.R. Das, N.C. Kelkar, another side Gandhiji, Rajendra Prasad, Rajagopalachari. Then Swaraj Party want to enter in legislative councils and expose their problems. Gandhiji doesn't want to participate in the legislative councils. So both are the difference because of this ones. Don't forget about it. Can I stop now or I do? I know you are also tired. So many things, a reason, assertion, this type of question will ask also there. That's why I'm focusing more. This is the most important topic. You study this one repeatedly. Don't neglect. Whatever books available, whatever materials are provided, Ankus are provided, please go through that. So, okay, you question can ask also why Swaraj Party was formed. What was their demand? The question asked means, I cannot go one objective model. You should understand why Motilal Nehru and Chittaranjan Das left Indian National Congress and formed a new party. Then you should understand the decision of Mahatma Gandhi is one reason. 1922, Gandhiji called off non-cooperation movements. Then some leaders, they want to boycott completely. They don't want to cooperate British legislative council. Other groups they want to support. One group want to support, another group that doesn't want to support. So there was a difference among the Indian National Congress leaders. So they left Indian National Congress and formed a new party. This decision was made, the split was made in Gaya session in 1922, but the party was formed in 1923. Don't forget about this one. Okay. So then remember the leaders. Motilal Nehru, C.R. Das, compulsory you have to remember. Then other groups, Gandhiji, Rajagopal Achari, and what is it? Rajendra Prasad. Don't forget at least few names. Then again, this is another points. Okay. This already we discussed there also. C.R. Das, Swaraj Party. But in 1925, Swaraj Party start weakening. Swaraj Party split by communalism. That's what I'm telling. 1925. That I'm telling there. 1925, Communist Party of India formed this. That means Swaraj Party. Some people joined Indian National Congress. Some people formed a new party, which we call it as Communist Party of India. 1925. So 1925 only Communist Party formed in India. So first party 1885 Indian National Congress. Second party 1906 All India Muslim League there. Then 1923 Swaraj Party. 1925 Communist Party was formed. So when you start remember about Communist Party, you have to remember Communist Party actually a group split from Swaraj Party. Okay, don't forget about that point, is very important. Then Madan Mohan Malaviya, Lala Lajpat Rai, Kelkar and all their supporters to governments to safeguard the Hindus' interest. Swaraj list, what they have done is finally walked out of the legislature in 1930 as a result of Lahore Congress sessions. Gandhiji was leading an isolated life. Swaraj took over the command on national movements. So remember this point is very important. This only left a few years. Swaraj Party only left a few years. Thereafter they got a weekend also there. Then Belgaum section already we discussed Gandhiji. Again I'm focusing. Sarojini Naidu already we discussed. Then Madras, this already we discussed. Simon Commission. Hereafter we'll go for a Simon Commission. But the time will not permit. Anyway, Friday we'll have one more section. We'll finish it of all these points. Okay. Otherwise, we have the time for us. One more I want to tell my dears. I will have the class on Saturday. Saturday, I'm planning to take class from 3:30 to 5:30, extended to 6 o'clock. Are you ready? Saturday? Saturday.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Saturday, morning session, Ankur Pandey sir. Today I spoke to Ankur Pandey sir. He told he has only till 11:30. So you will be free from 11:30 to 3:30 you are free. Okay, 3:30 to 5:30, sometimes extend to 6 o'clock. I will take the class. Okay, we will discuss. I don't know.